Hello, I'm Frank Buckles, Greater Langley Chamber of Commerce Board Member for North Langley. And we are, as a chamber, doing a series of videos with candidates in Langley City and Langley Township. And with me today is Kim Richter, who is an incumbent Langley Township Councillor and is running for another term. Thank you for being here, Kim.
Thank you, Frank.
And tell us a bit about yourself and why you're running again.
Okay, well, I'm Kim Richter. I'm a 34-year resident of Langley Township, a wife, a mother of 3, a volunteer, a professor of business management, and a 6-term councillor in the township. And I believe very strongly in the tremendous potential and future of this community. But I want this community to grow responsibly. I want it to grow for our children and our grandchildren. I have, and I always will, put you first and stand up and speak out for you. People and community always come first with me. It's about quality of life as far as I'm concerned, not quantity of development. If I'm lucky enough to get reelected, I have 6 priorities for the next term, and I've brought a visual to show you my priorities. Number 1, ethics on council. No insider deals, no bidding on township work. Number 2, accountability, increased transparency on council, less time spent behind closed doors. Number 3, public safety, including reduced crime. Number 4, affordability, reasonable taxes and homelessness solutions. Number 5, preservation of our natural resources. And number 6, community meeting quality of life. Please visit kimrichter.com for more information, and I respectfully ask for your vote again, and thank you for your support.
Thank you very much, Kim. And I'm going to take from your nice little pie
My
there.
visual, yes.
And one of the things that you've highlighted there is the subject of one of our questions, and that is housing affordability.
Yeah.
And as I know your children are kind of roughly the age of my children, millennials, they're looking at it being very difficult, if not impossible, to own homes or even sometimes find rental homes. And I'm wondering what you as a councillor and what can council do to make more affordable housing available to people, not just current Langley residents, but future residents.
And that's a great question, Frank, and I think part of what we have to do is start building up. There's no question that we're going to have to move towards a more condensed development in order to keep costs down. And I think as well we should be requiring a certain percentage of whatever is built to be built for below market, at below market prices. If we do go towards more dense or higher growth, then I think one of the things we need to have is trade-offs in terms of green space. So there's no point in having blocks and blocks of towering buildings if there's not public or community amenities between those buildings.
Okay. Transit and transportation is an issue that has affected generations of Langley residents, continues to be a challenge. Highway 1 is a big challenge in Langley right now. What do you see as the major transportation and transit priorities that the next council is going to have to be dealing with?
Oh, clearly it's going to be road infrastructure. I wish I could say transit. I don't think we're going to get more transit. We just don't have the population base. And realistically speaking, they were originally talking about transit getting out here by 2030. I'm thinking it's probably going to be more like 2040 by now, which means we have to rely more on the road system. I think council has to start doing business a little differently. The idea that, or the practice that we've had up to this point in time of development has to pay for the roads, I think we're going to have to start looking at putting roads in first before waiting for development to come. One of the reasons why 208th Street is the mess that it is, and has been for the length of time it's been a mess, is because we've been waiting for development to happen in order to finance that road. And I don't want to see the same thing happen in our last developable area, which is Brookswood, because that's not fair to them either.
Right, and I think you make an excellent point. Like in 208th Street, development doesn't all happen at the same time.
No, it doesn't.
It never will.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
And that gets to the whole question of phasing as well. At one point, the community did look at phasing, and communities had to be built out before the next community went in. So it helped with that infrastructure problem. But now, basically, council's being told if you own land anywhere in the township and there's a no CP in place or neighborhood plan, you have every right to bring it forward and have it done. which is just leading to this patchwork quilt type of development.
Another issue that we've identified, this will be the final question to you, is about business and promoting a good atmosphere for business and a good environment for business. Taxation is part of that equation, but what would you as a member of council do to make business conditions good for not only the current businesses but for future entrepreneurs?
Well, you know, I think we've done a very good job attracting good businesses to Langley. Our job rate right now, we have a job basically for anybody who wants to have a job in Langley. I would like to see us continue to attract businesses that pay good wages, that are environmentally sustainable. The film industry, I love the film industry, and I'd like to see us do more. Some of the restrictions on the film industry, I think, are nonsensical and should be removed. We've got the whole university district, and I think we've got a tremendous opportunity there in terms of sustainable agriculture and the tech businesses that would go along with sustainable agriculture in that area. And let's face it, we were beautifully located. We are central in the Fraser Valley. Easy access to the ports, easy access to the interior, easy access down to the States. Like, we're well positioned. And I have a great deal of respect and support for the work that our business development group has been doing in the township. They just put on a seminar back in July, and it was excellent, and I hope that they continue to do the good work that they've done.
Thank you very much, Kim.
Well, thanks, Frank.